Hi, and welcome to my how to make a website video. Well, first and foremost, when you're starting out the process of making a website, you need to get rid of all distractions. So lady here is gonna have to wait. All right, now we can get started. So first, we need a computer. All right, now for this exercise, I'm gonna use a design challenge generator. So first, let me get started here. So we're using Sharpen, the design tool. All right. Now let's figure out what we're designing. All right, so I have to design a profile page for
Now,
product.
this process involves researching options of what's out there. As you can see, we're using Google to look up Prada's current website and just take a general glance on how the design was made, what kind of elements they have, looking at competitors as well. So here's Gucci's website. I'm kind of paying attention to how the structure is, trying to access the profile page there. Again, Louis Vuitton, you can see how they use a lot of video and just um, again Burberry. So it's good, and you can see how this trend kind of keeps going, which is a great way to figure out what to do, kind of making that research to understand what's out there and what these brands are looking for. Here you can see it with more detail through this screenshot capture of website of Fendi. I access the profile login page just to see how the process of getting there and the UI is designed. Here I'm filling out some information just to kind of try and create an account. But basically what I'm seeing from all these websites is how similar they are. They display the products with a lot of commercial shots and video, trying to display and portray a lifestyle and experience of having that product. So you already kind of can tell how the end result will turn out to be. I'm going to have it look quite close to what we already have for Prada, just for the purpose of this exercise. I'm not going to be redesigning or creating a new branding for it. Here I'm registering an account so I can look up how the profile page looks like. Um, and this is what involves a lot of the work as a designer, is basically researching um, and creating wireframes for what you want to do, which is the next part. So as you can see here, I'm starting off some very basic wireframes of how I want the page to look. I'm positioning the logo at the very top. On the left, I'm placing the profile picture and just some description of the information that the user has in its profile. I'm defining some space where I'm going to keep some of the UI accessible and easy for the user. So account history, just some basic order history and whatnot. There, quite visible. And to the right, I'm defining an area where to place either pictures or a video, just like those websites have on their main pages, um, of just basically their products. So yeah, so that's the end result there. I'm leaving some room for navigation, trying to consider options. Now, after you create the wireframes, that's when we'll start coding and programming the page. I'm leaving this footage here. It's not from the actual page that I'm designing. It's just a visual representation. So yeah, that's what we would do as designers, as web developers. We would start programming that website page, creating all the HTML for it, which is basically the framework, the foundation for what the web page will become. Since this for the purpose of this exercise, I won't be taking the web page to be 100% functional, but this is what goes into it. Just some good hours of programming with HTML, and then we will swap it out for the CSS, as you can see now. And what the CSS does, it's very similar to what we were doing to the HTML. However, CSS is meant to style the page, so that's where we're gonna get all the colors that we want, the font style, any animation. That's all going into CSS. I'm gonna try to avoid using JavaScript for this exercise, but the next step after CSS would be to lay out a lot of JavaScript code in order to create a more responsive, more interactive page. Yeah, but and now after we create the CSS page, the CSS file, we are going to have a look at how the web page is turning out. Now this is the basic foundation for what's to come. By using some of the product elements, we were able to create a clean page where the profile picture can be added to the left. You have a lot of product elements. You have a video that plays on loop and autoplays every time you open the browser window. And this is how the profile page turned out. It was a very rewarding process, and I hope you enjoyed the video so far. And I hope to see you again.
I hope you enjoy the process, and I'll see you next time.